Okay, now we can see the code files. This is my Visual Studio code, and here I opened my project. Um, Here I used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for my front end. Here I designed using the CSS. I styled my page with the different colors and different font. This is what I designed for the backend. Before seeing the code, I have to explain what are the responsible I follow here. The first thing is creating the web server, the server serving the front end files, managing users and rooms, handling signaling between peers, sending chat messages, and managing host changes when users leave. Okay, these are the things I used. Now we can see the code. Here I imported some modules. This Express JS is used for create a backend application. This HTTP is create a normal HTTP server. HTTPS is used for creating a HTTPS server. Socket.io is used to handling the real-time communication between clients. And also the code is used for allow cross-origin request, and path is used for work with the file and folder paths. Now we can move on to the every codes and why it is defined. The first thing is ST, started via HTTPS script. This is used for checks whether the server was started using the file called start.https.js. That is the this one for this file. And this is if the you by use it, if yes, the run the HTTPS mode. If no, this is normally run the HTTP mode. And then we can look forward to the self side. This is one of the package we used here. What it is a HTTP. And if HTTPS mode is enabled, the code loads the self signed package. This package create temporarily self signed SSL certificates for local HTTPS testing. If the package is missing, what happened? It shows an error, or the server will stop. Here the next code is cons HTTP. Use HTTPS for real. This is for setting the HTTPS. If it is true, the HTTP is work. No, false HTTP is work. Here, this is for creating the Express application to handle the routes, apply middleware or serve files. Here this app.set trust proxy used to trust proxy setting, and here these the two code lines for enabling course and USN passing. Here some security headers I used for my application. Um, these are improve the security. X content type option is used for prevent MIME type confusion. X frame option is used to prevent click jacking. XXS protection is used for helps block some cross-site scripting, and also strict transport security is used for forces secure HTTPS connection when HTTPS is used. And also I use the health check, and this is for serving the front end files here. That's mean for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, these files are delivered to the browsers from this server. Then here create then I create here creating the HTTP and HTTPS servers. This code line explain that one. And now the other thing, the This one is used for creating the socket IO server. Next, I use here three main functions: sanitizing room ID, sanitize message, and sanitize display name. The sanitized room ID is used for clean the room IDs. It checks if it is a valid string, or if it has this extra space, it will remove and limit the length of the characteristic between the 1664, and if any invalid characteristics will will give, it will convert this as a underscore. And also sanitize message is used for clean chats, ensuring it is a string, trimming spaces and limiting for 2000 characters. And display name sanitization used for declares the user display name. If the name is invalid or empty, default name becomes a participant. Our next one is for these two lines for storing the peer and cost information. And next we can see the handling new client connection. How here this is the code for handling new connection, and other these codes for the join room. This runs when a user wants to join a room. Next important part inside the join room is validate the room. When validate the room, if room ID is invalid, send error to client or stop processing. Um, then the PA info set, this one is used for serve user info. Next we can move to the important, there are some code for changing the display name, leaving a room, and user removed from room, and host reassignment for that. Now we can move the special thing, WebRTC signaling event. Okay, for the web party signaling event is the most important thing here. We use this is the offer socket here. Offer, when one user creates an WebRTC offer, its server receives it and forward it to the target peer. And here this is created answer. This is for when the receiving peers create an answer, server forward it back to the original sender. And also ICE candidate, this forwards ICE candidates between the peers. ICE candidates help browsers find the best network peer for direct connection. And the other thing, that's a chat feature. When a user send a chat message, sanitize rooms and message, get sender info, check if sender is course, emit the message to everyone in the room. These are the some features in the chat email messages. Then the other thing is this is for the handling the disconnection. The main thing to disconnect. This run when a user disconnects unexpectedly. When will it happen? When closing the browser or losing the internet or refreshing the page, it automatically disconnect the page. The server checks when which room they were in, notify others, remove stored info, resign cost if needed. Those things are handled by these programs. Then the final thing is port configuration. Here I use the 10,000 port. It's locally. When I deploy, this is automatically environment dot port is provided by the hosting platform. Um, then this one is for the starting the server, start the server and make it listen on all network interface. It blocks the port number whether HTTP or HTTPS is used, and the local URL. And the final these things is error handling. This error handles the server startup errors. For example, if the port is already in use, it shows a clear message. For any other error, it locks the error and stops the program. This is the code I used for the I deploy my page web page in a render. For that I used here. Finally, I want to simplify the overall explanation what I said. This code is the backend server of our WebRTC project. We used Express to create the web server and the socket IO for real-time communication. The server serves the front-end files, manage room, and base communication and handle signaling events such as offer, answer, and ICE in candidate exchange. It also support the messaging and display name updates, host management, display name, and user join or leave handling. The server does not stream media directly. It helps peers establishing direct WebRTC connection. So this is the final thing we did in the code base.